Ladies and gentlemen, and friends beyond the binary, welcome to Being Trans. I am Amanda Bonanza. Either adjacent to me or below me or above me is the ever elegant Emily Kailyn. And then the other person that's either adjacent to me or below me or above me is the always illustrious Lilith Electra. And that's what's here today. And we've got a real big problem, and that problem is Lilith's problem with David Lee Roth. And I don't know why this is a problem, but Lilith seems to hate everything he
I don't
does. Lilith, why do you hate great
I
things?
don't I don't think it's a problem. I think you've got the problem in not accepting that other people can have opinions that are different from yours. I mean,
She's
I
just not
accept.
wrong.
I do. I guess I thought this had more legs than that, but that kind of
I'm
just kind of
sorry. Yeah,
throws it dead in the
I mean,
water.
I don't
Shut her
I
down.
I don't like Van Halen. I don't like the Beastie Boys. I don't know what you mean to say
You
about
did
these
like the
things.
Beastie Boys.
I do not. I famously don't like the Beastie Boys.
That's right. We did a whole episode about how you don't like the Beastie Boys.
Yeah, well, I don't.
Why don't you like the Beastie Boys or Van Halen?
I love asking like if you ask why don't you like the Beastie Boys, like why don't you like three white guys yelling in your ear? And it's like, yeah, okay, there we go.
I mean, these are
I
valid
think
points.
I've answered your question with a question in the most perfect way possible.
I gotta say, you're hitting bullseyes left and right. Like you're splitting arrows
remember
with these.
remember the song remember Superfly, the song with the great bass
Yeah,
line?
yeah,
Amazing
Superfly.
bass line, great song. And then the Beastie Boys did a cover of it because it was like, man, this is a great bass riff. You know what it needs is three white dudes screaming over it.
Yeah, they
You
did
know,
that a lot on Paul's Boutique. That was like their whole thing.
the whole thing. And then all their songs are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 and 7. Blah 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 blah. Stop. Blah 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 blah. Stop. And it's like, okay, cool, whatever.
I don't think it's fair to say all of their songs like that. I would say, like, I think, like, when you get towards their middle period, which was like, yeah, I'd say, like, post Paul's Boutique, the two albums in, like, the early 90s, like Check Your Head and Ill Communication. I think those are real solid albums that display a broad
Was it ill
diversity of
communication
things.
was like 1984. That wasn't like the
No,
mid
that was
90s.
Licensed to Ill.
That was
People
licensed
get
to, oh,
those. Yeah, people get
how
those
could I
mixed
get
up.
all their ill albums confused?
They did. They did. That was a confusing thing that they did. And I agree with you there. Like from your perspective of being not being able, so like, yeah, License to Ill was the one that had like Fight for Your Right to Party and Brass Monkey and
Yeah.
Girls on it. That
It's
was like the breakup.
oddly enough, License to Ill is the new Republican health care plan. So
Yeah.
if you're sick, you're going to have to get a license to be ill.
To be sick, yeah, like
Yeah.
otherwise they kill
I'm
you.
sorry, your health insurance isn't going to cover this. You're not licensed to be ill. And then Van Halen's another one that I just never.
You could
I just
also say
never.
that RFK Jr. is practicing ill communication.
Oof.
The jokes
Oof.
are great. These are great jokes. This is a great start to today's show.
Yeah, Lilith is clearly is on, like immediately batting down everything that you say, and you know, I just love how she's shutting you down, but like it turned into something good. The Beastie Boys thing, yeah. If should we
But I'm
consider
also right.
Beastie Boys albums?
I
Would that be albums then? If everything is ill, um, my jokes aren't quite to the level of Lilith's yet, but I'm just warming up, just getting in there, and just trying to jump in. I haven't even had a chance to talk yet, so this is what I got.
Well, I mean, you have to understand, like I've used an entire lifetime. I've gotten an entire lifetime of using comedy to protect myself. So yeah, it flows right off. This is like my natural habitat now. So yeah, come at me and I'll say something funny.
Defending yourself against the relentless onslaught of the Beastie Boys.
I mean, that's just a small part of the. I mean, we're all in the middle of a relentless onslaught, but you know, I've adapted.
Yeah, RFK is like the Beastie Boys of government officials, right? Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, he's annoying to listen to, that's for sure.
Thank you. Thank you. That was one of the things I didn't understand why they were so popular. You know, when I first heard them, like it's just, yeah, nails on a chalkboard kind of with the voices, like, and
really,
yeah,
I'm outclassed here. My love of the Beastie Boys.
I have an appreciation for their catalog and sort of what they've done, but yeah, I don't know. I don't see them as great as others view them, especially present company.
I genuinely only like those two albums. Like, I mean, Paul's Boutique, I have some merit to it, and it broke some ground in a lot of ways. But like, I don't love that album. I just like Check Your Head, No Communication. I think those two albums are amazing. And then, kind of after that, they did whatever it was that had the intergalactic song on it, and I was like, okay. And then I think they even did another one after that, and it wasn't. I didn't enjoy that one very much either. And then MCA died.
I will have to say that this is a challenging opinion to have, considering that I actually won a small group Halloween costume contest. We did the Sabotage video, so I had like a white old lady wig and a big gray mustache, megaphone, the suit, and then my friends had the white button down shirts with the gun holsters and everything. We really looked great. It was an amazing small group costume.
It was a great video, and it was a great song. See,
We're still talking about the Beastie Boys?
We are, because everyone loves them, really, when you get down to it. Like, everyone just really loves the Beastie Boys.
Everyone doesn't.
So
everyone doesn't.
Amanda's still working on trying to get her computer set up. I didn't have my outfit or my makeup done when I came on the show. I had found one question for earlier, but basically we didn't have anything to talk about for the opener of the show. And that's why Beastie Boys is something that we've decided to just run with and get it done.
I mean, I don't know that we ever really have a lot to talk about. Like, I think 90% of the times we start this show, we kind of just run with things, like kind of like David Lee Roth was running with the devil. It's kind of like that if you think about it.
Slow clap that one. Very solid. I love it.
I played that at my friend's wedding.
like you played it?
Yeah, my band played at my friend's wedding, and when I was in class elevator, and I played the guitar for that, and James sang it. Yeah. It was great. We did a kick-ass cover of it. It's a great song. I love it. Love that band, actually, especially when David Lee Roth was in it. I didn't care for Van Halen a lot after David Lee Roth.
You don't like Sammy Hagar? I'm just kidding. I can't say that I love
Sammy Hagar. Yeah, you would say that there's a dividing line that separate, because there was the Gary Sharon year, and then we don't count that.
He
was the guy from Extreme that they got after Sammy Hagar left the band. Then David Lee Roth came back, and then it was a mess. And then but yeah, there's Van Halen, and then when Sammy Hagar took over and he replaced David Lee Roth, it was a lot of the fans refer to that era as Van Hagar, and it's
clever
not
people.
It's not very well received in the community. There are people that like the Van Hagar era of Van Halen,
and then what happened? Did Sammy Hagar get too big for the band, and so he left?
I think he just got bored and he wanted to do something else. Like, he was in that band way longer than David Lee Roth was. Like, he
became a tequila magnet.
Yeah, I mean, he was in that band. Like, it was like
he has other interests.
Well, like, if you think about AC/DC, right? AC/DC, like, when I think of classic AC/DC, I think of the Bon Scott era, who was the original singer who died, and then they replaced him with Brian Johnson and did Back in Black and Thunderstruck and all that. And even though Brian, Bon Scott was I consider that to be AC/DC, and then after that, but Brian Johnson was in the band to this day. It's been in the band way longer. Is everyone in the chat? You all are laughing like you don't like I'm being boring or dumb or something.
It's just Lilith, the look on Lilith's face that she's so invested in this segment. She loves it so much and doesn't wish we moved on at all.
Lilith, would you like to move on to something else?
It doesn't bother me. I'm gonna make a face when I have
That's
an
true.
emotion
You are gonna
when
make a
when I
face.
have an emotion to convey, but it doesn't mean we have to stop. I'll just move to another face when my emotions change.
That's true. Lilith is honest. That's why we like her
In
so much. That's why
acting,
I love
we
her
call
so
it a
much.
mask.
Oh, I guess that would be dishonest.
Except I do not. If I was really doing an acting mask, that would just be like,
You would pretend to like David Lee Roth and the Beastie Boys.
oh my god, wouldn't that be a mashup we need? David Lee Roth and the Beastie Boys.
I'm sure it exists. I'm sure someone did it. I feel like every mashup was done between 2019 or 2015 and 2022. Like I think they did every combination of 2 or 3 songs. Like they've all been done.
Van Halen says we should jump. I'm gonna kick you in the rump. Now we're going to bump a bump. There you go. I just wrote a Beastie Boys song.
You did, and it was it was so on
one of their
point that
best.
I legitimately thought it might have been off of the first Beastie Boys record.
Yeah, it was hot.
You did. Well, you've definitely earned your license to ill, I think.
I know you're talking about Sarah. Ren. Isn't it Ren? Let me know. Sarah is
any rappers from England.
Yeah. I think it's Ren. Ren's incredible. If you haven't seen Ren stuff, like he has incredible skills with all of the things. Like can play an amazing blues guitar, is a great singer, and is a phenomenal rapper, like Eminem kind of level. Like, yeah,
he's one of those people that's so amazing that none of us know who he is, and those of us who do know who he is can't remember his name.
I got it. It's Ren. It's Ren.
Yeah, like we're not the baseline for that. We shouldn't be like. I mean, I probably know more about modern music than most people my age, but I still don't claim to be up on it. Like, I don't want to place us on the pedestal as the end all be all arbiters of modern coolness when it comes to music. That's a job for the youth. We are not the youth.
We did improv for 20 years. I'm the least cool person you know.
I mean, you did. I didn't say it.
I know I said it. I am more than happy to.
Yes,
I'm not putting up any pretenses or anything. You know.
I think
dork in a black shirt.
Amanda comes the closest, but we're all too old to actually be cool. So yeah.
I come the closest to being cool, but not quite there.
Not quite there.
I brushed up against it in my day.
But at least you're miles ahead of Lilith and I. Yeah. I make no claim to being cool. That's something that has been far out of my reach for the majority of my life. So there you go.
I was once in a line at Starbucks next to a guy wearing sunglasses. That was pretty cool.
Speaking of masks, who loves Halloween? Who's doing something for Halloween?
I love Halloween. I don't have any plans.
Weren't you gonna go trick or treating?
So flat. I will go. I have to figure something out between now and then, which is what I got 20 days. So that's not a super long time. It's about 3 weeks. I have to figure something out. Usually I use stuff or I don't know. I meant to have something put together and I just never got around to it. And now it's kind of late.
Mm.
And I was thinking of like doing a mummy, but like, I don't know what, it was just, maybe I would just buy a bunch of gauze, I guess. Like, I don't really know how that would work.
Gauze is so expensive. Just buy toilet paper.
I don't want to be a mummy wrapped in toilet paper.
You just wrapped in strips of whatever. Like, why waste all that money buying gauze? Yeah, just do toilet paper.
Turley.
Just get a load of toilet paper. Grab some. Halloween, you know me, I hate everything. And I'm not sure. There was a sign in the elevator that they're doing something on Halloween, but it was all in Spanish, so I don't know what it is. I think it's in the lobby. Next time I go to the store, I'm going to see if they have bags of candy, and then I'll just buy some the day after Halloween, hopefully at a discount.
Well, that's
although check this out.
Of course, we're all going to do that.
Check this out. I don't think they discount the stuff here. So around Easter, the store had like little Easter packets of Easter cookies. And like 3-4 weeks later, they were still there, same price. And maybe they're trying to pass them off as springtime cookies. But I know Easter cookies when I see Easter cookies. They were Easter cookies. So I don't know if that's probably better for me. I don't need to eat an entire bag of like fun-size Snickers at one time.
You're making me crave like heavily iced grocery store sugar cookie, or the white cookies. Oh.
Yeah, where it's like it's so thick that it like crunches like candy when you bite into it.
Yeah, and it's got that very specific icing flavor that oh,
sugar on sugar on sugar.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
I was telling Ashley the other day, I'm amazed that I didn't end up with diabetes, considering how much diabetes, by the way.
Plenty of time.
Considering how much soda and sugar we consumed. So the thing is we were a Pepsi family. So you'd go into the fridge and you'd grab the 2-liter bottle of Pepsi, and you'd pour yourself a glass. We had the big plastic tumblers about yay big, and you'd go and drink that. And when that was empty, you'd go back to the fridge and do it. If the 2-liter bottle was empty, you'd go into the garage fridge, get a cold 2-liter bottle of Pepsi, put another one in that one, and it was just basically a never-ending supply. And then we had tons of candy, nerds, all that stuff, and I just ate a lot of it. I had to give up soda. I had to go cold turkey in 2007 because I would drink about 7 Dr. Peppers a day. And I was like, and every time I tried to cut back, within like 2 weeks, I would have like made excuses for why, like I needed one now, or I had a headache, or I was just craving one so bad that I just was going to have the one. And so, yeah, within about 2 weeks, I'd be back up to my thing. Is just like the only way to stop was cold turkey. So that's been, what was that, like 18 years? But yeah, I hope that it's not like sun exposure where like because of having all that sugar early in life, I'm still very susceptible to diabetes. But it was it was bad. It was very, very bad. So but
seven a day.
I knew it was a problem when I would have a granola bar in the morning and I would crave a Dr. Pepper with it, and I'd go crack one open like. And then I'd have another one at 10, go out to lunch and have the fountain one, fill it again before I went back to work. About 3 o'clock, I'd cracked another one, probably have 1 or 2, probably have 2 with dinner. And then about 7 or 8 o'clock, I'd have another one.
I love the idea. I was going to type this in, but I'm just going to say it. I love the idea of a day that's just built around your schedule of Dr. Peppers. It's like you might not be a drug addict, but there are definitely some addictive tendencies here.
Yeah. Well, do you remember old school Dr. Pepper, like way back in the, I think it was 40s or 50s, like the logo was, it was a clock.
How old do you think I am?
Well, I mean, if you, it's still around when we were
Dr. Pepper after getting back from the war.
It was a clock. They had the 10, 2, and 4.
Time for Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. Yeah, the 10, 2, and 4. And I was just like, okay, yes, and how about 8, 8, 6, and 8 again? Yeah.
It was like a guy with a mustache and a lab coat and like one of those silver things strapped to his head. It was like, I'm a doctor. But this Dr. Pepper is a better doctor than me. And like hands it over. We'll smoke.
You're just sitting at
field.
You finish your 7 a.m. Dr. Pepper. You're sitting at your desk. Beads of sweat are pouring on your forehead, and your leg is bouncing up and down. And you're just like, oh, it's almost got to be time for my 9 o'clock Dr. Pepper. And you look at it's like 7:01.
Yeah, it's almost time. Yeah.
This is like that sketch on The Whitest Kids You Know where Timmy was eating hot dogs and he's in a doctor's office. He's like, how many hot dogs do you have a day? He's like, I don't know. He's like, well, walk me through your day. It's like, in the morning I get up, I usually have a hot dog. It's like, all right. This is just like that, except this with Dr. Peppers. This Emily, walk us through your day of Dr. Peppers. Like, let's see. Like, you get up out of bed and you have a Dr. Pepper. What's next?
Hey, that's the sign of true addiction, right? When you need one first thing in the morning. That's when it's bad.
Yeah, wake up, have a Dr. Pepper. I
live my life by the 3 peppers: drinking Dr. Pepper, thinking about drinking Dr. Pepper, and buying Dr. Pepper. That's the 3 Dr. Peppers of my existence.
It's the only doctor we have access to in the United States.
So
you don't even need a license to ill to see this doctor.
So fun thing though, I gave up Dr. Pepper 18 years ago. I have also therefore been caffeine free since 2007 because I do not like coffee or tea. And people are amazed at the amount of Dr. Pepper that I used to drink, but they're also nowadays amazed that I don't do any stimulants for like getting up and getting going in the morning, or don't rely on any caffeine. So I'm a freak for a different reason now.
That's a healthy way to be. I drink coffee. I drink 2 to 3 cups of coffee every morning. It's habit. I love it. I'm fine. I can quit anytime.
Just ending this segment on I'm better than you all. I don't need caffeine.
No.
I don't need caffeine at all. You weak people.
Yeah. I thought you meant me, but no, I'm not better. Emily's better. She's better than us.
I went from the worst to the best. What can I say?
I feel like we could attack some segment. Lilith, you had a little segment, didn't you?
Are we starting with this? Last time we ended
it's about 20 minutes. It's like I feel like our intro has run its course. We've got the goofballs and the funny bones out. So let's get to some
you want me to do
her segment is funny. So we usually start with one of the serious questions and then we funny it up afterwards. That's how we bookend all of this.
Oh, my bad. I got it all fucked up.
It's called show structure. You wouldn't know about it.
I wouldn't know fucking thing. What about that? Here I am.
Now, another thing that we have not done is we have not chosen which question or questions to attack today. But you said, Amanda, that you wanted to address the sex and gender one.
I'm okay with whatever one, because Lilith didn't love that one. But we could ask why don't we ask the chat, see what the chat wants to hear?
Okay.
Let's see.
Because that never works.
Because that never works and they never respond.
But someone will say something at some point, probably, maybe. That's kind of what we're thinking.
Chat is always just like cranking along until we ask a question, and then it's
just like
don't ask us.
Don't ask us
here. Don't forget the chat.
We're here for you to entertain us. Like, I'm not here to work, okay? Okay, so we have would it make more sense for trans people to say that they change their sex, not their gender?
That's one question.
Question 2 option for y'all. Just put in sex or gender in the chat. My mom created an anti-trans organization just to unable, they say, my transition. So anti-trans org for that one. I tried to come out to my Christian teacher and I was humiliated. You can put Christian in the chat for that. Did we?
I feel like we did address that one. Maybe not. Maybe we just made fun of it pre-show.
We might have, yeah.
The Christian teacher. I don't remember that one, but
okay. Maybe we did. Anna says, oh wait, no, it's yes, that Jane Doe says gender. So the first one.
That's what we've got. That's good enough for me. The chat has spoken.
The chat has spoken.
Overwhelming response in chat is the gender.
100%. 100% of the votes.
The polls results
can't argue with it.
100% for gender.
Way above and beyond any other.
Y'all can have it this one, and I will just change my mask as the answers go.
Okay. All right, so this comes from Reddit. Wouldn't it make more sense to say that trans people change their sex, not their gender? At least the ones that take HRT is the subhead here. I have thought about it, and this would make more sense to me. As a trans person, you cannot change your gender identity. Otherwise, you could just be cis instead of trans. Okay, okay, yeah. But if you undergo HRT, you change your body's secondary sex characteristics and make your body like the opposite sex, that it the opposite of the sex that it used to be. So, would it make sense to say that trans men on HRT are biological males without male reproductive system, and trans women on HRT are biological females without a female reproductive system? What do y'all think about this, Amanda? Or should we have Lilith start? Lilith, why don't you start us off?
I think Lilith is just going to make faces the whole time.
I mean, like I said, it's like, well, for me, it's this. It's like, well, cool. Then for you, use that verbiage. But you know, like if you asked, there are all these things about. We kind of joked about this before. It's like some people are like, I think we should use transvestites, and I'm this, and I'm cool. If you asked 100 trans people exactly to define themselves, you'd probably get 75 to 100 different answers. So
Yeah,
the idea of saying like we all have to, like, honestly, at the end of the day, do I care? I mean, you know, like if it makes sense to you to phrase it that way, then phrase it that way. I don't really sit around all day thinking if I changed my sex or gender, I'm just being Lilith. Which
yeah.
long time viewers of the show will know that's what I've been.
That is the truth. And that's a thing that Lilith has brought up a lot of times. And Lilith's stance on the whole thing has actually made me kind of reevaluate my stance on it, because I think what Lilith says about it makes a lot of sense. Lilith, can I quote you for your famous phrase for this?
Absolutely.
Lilith has said famously that you don't transition to become the gender you want to be. You transition to be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. And I think that makes a lot of sense. And for some, that would be going to the other end of the gender or sex binary. And the thing about it is I think the combination of what Lilith said and even what the question asker said was, it just what goes to demonstrate that it's just a giant broad spectrum, and it is just kind of semantic arguments. Like, I think you can make the argument, as the question asker did, that it's changing your sex if the medicine alters your kind of your biology, which it does.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, like, I'm not a biologist, and even the biologists that I've talked to that do understand this in depth, they always come around to the end of, well, it's all kind of messy and gooey anyway, and none of it's really well defined. And all biology really does is kind of slap labels on things that to try to categorize things that are in many ways uncategorizable. And so getting bogged down into like, well, am I transgender or am I transsexual? It's like, it goes back to what Lilith said to me, which is like, whichever one you prefer, like whichever one makes you feel comfortable with the way that you identify. I have a friend that prefers the term transsexual. They don't like the term transgender. When I was young, transsexual was the language, and there wasn't the term transgender. That came around later.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of people seem to find that distasteful, and myself included. I didn't like the phrase transsexual. It had a kind of it rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. I think the reason for that is I think a lot of the stereotypes and the tropes, the anti-trans tropes, like linking it with quote unquote sexual perversion, and like that's a way. So like, just, I think a lot of the terminology was to get it away from that, so it was a little less directly correlated to that. Like, you could just kind of have that little buffer of terminology that would kind of separate it and distance it a little more. But the reality is those people that are using those talking points in this day and age, like, clearly are being honest, and they don't have any data that matches anything in reality. They're just making stuff up, and they're going to say all the bad things about us no matter what we decide to call ourselves. Like, it doesn't really matter. Like, they're just going to go and be bigots and be gross and terrible no matter what. So we can kind of take back whatever we want. It's kind of how I feel about it. I call myself transgender because that was the parlance that was comfortable at the time. But I think it's reasonable to say that I'm transsexual. I don't think that's an inaccurate statement. I'm certainly binary. I don't feel I have any boyish. I don't have any desire to be on the masculine side of things really at all.
Yeah, you bring up several good points, and I think the reason that the term transsexual, isn't a very favored term anymore, at least from my perspective and understanding of it, is that it puts the focus on genitalia.
Yeah.
It really kind of, and it almost gets to like a trans medicalist kind of view there. That's where it gets a little bit dangerous. And so transgender is just anybody that's on the spectrum that doesn't align perfectly with their sex assigned at birth. That's transgender. And like people say here, it's a wide ranging spectrum, and there's no right or wrong way to do it. And as Lilith pointed out, there's no right or wrong way to define it. You get to define it based on you because it's your unique experience. And the trans experience, like, we like to do this the same as biologists do. We try and categorize things and break it into smaller boxes because it's just a matter of trying to gain understanding. The world is scary unless we have definition to it. And like you were pointing out with biology, none of it's perfect. None of the categories actually work 100% of the time. It's just a general thing, so we can kind of lump things together because that helps understand it, helps us understand the world better and be able to describe it and speak to it. But like, talk about the echidna and the duck-billed platypus, and biologists are kind of throw up their hands. It's like, yes, they're mammals that lay eggs, which is a key defining thing, separating things from being a mammal. So yes, there are
into the biology argument. There's no such thing as a fish. like if you want to go hard, like if you get deep into biology and like it's like there's no actual fish. There's not a thing that's a fish. Like,
isn't there also no such thing as a vegetable?
I've never heard that one.
I think the same is true of vegetable. There isn't like a classification of vegetables. That's like a consumer term.
It's a consumer term, yeah. There's also no such thing as a compassionate conservative, but that's neither here nor there. I would say this is the
Christian.
I've been trying to like figure out how to put this in the chat, but I was going to say it like literally, like, so if you're getting these from Reddit, I left Reddit, and one of the reasons was just like the trans things are overwhelmed with people coming in and being like, I was at a thing and they use this word and I don't like this word, and it's just like, okay, well, the whole world's not going to change because you don't like someone using the term girl dick or whatever it is that's pissing you off now. And it's like, literally the world is on fire, and people are going to be losing their health care. People are going to be losing, their livelihoods. And it's just like, if you want to sit here and argue with someone who has the same concerns as you, but refers to their genitalia as their gawk, then you can waste your time doing that. I literally do not care. And like I said, I realize like we all have the weight of the world on us. We all have the feeling of the government on us, but like, having little arguments and little tiffs and little fights with people about the verbiage they choose to use for themselves is kind of ridiculous at this point.
I like referring to my genitalia at this point as a beaver dam.
I get that.
Just a pile of mush that's blocking it.
That's.
I like to say I came to this one and I've really enjoyed saying it, that I was born with an extremely prolapsed vagina. That's my favorite.
Very nice.
That's
very
fair.
nice.
Yeah.
Or severely prolapsed. That sounds like more of a medical condition, a severely prolapsed vagina.
I call it, since we're all sharing, I call it my wing-a-ling-a-ding-dong, which makes my trips to the doctor take a very long time, because it just takes forever for me to talk to them about what's going on.
Can my cat tell that I am taking testosterone injections? After each of the shots I have taken, my cat keeps laying right on the spot I had injected and purrs loudly. Can he tell something is different?
Yes, your cat is smarter than you.
I mean, I honestly don't know how to respond to that. Sure.
Your cat knows.
I mean,
Your
yeah.
animals know.
They
You've
do
never
know
heard
a
like
lot,
stories where
yeah.
like people are like, oh, my dog, like you transition and the person whose dog always barked at you because you're a man and always barked at men, stops barking at you. Yeah, I think they can tell. I mean,
Well,
if
they
it's
can.
100% based on smell, then your
That's what
smell
I
has
was gonna
changed.
say.
And they
It's
can
Yeah.
definitely
yeah.
the smell. Like, yeah.
Well, and
That.
animals have a whole different set of senses that we do and are tuned very, very differently. So yeah, they pick up on that type of stuff. Like you hear about dogs that can sniff out diseases and cancer.
Yeah.
I
And,
have
like the
a
dolphins bumping someone. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a very, very close friend who is terrified of dogs because she was attacked as a child, or so the story kind of goes. But the thing is the where the dog bit and tore her open, they discovered cancer there that they would not have discovered, and it was a very aggressive one. So, that attack saved her life. And so, like, obviously, we can't interview the dog, but it's one of those where it's entirely possible.
Coming this fall to CBS.
Think of what's going on the
Dr.
transgender
Rex,
show on Tuesday.
MD, and you just go to the hospital and he bites you right wherever something's wrong. It's like, my arm hurts. Get Dr. Rex in here. Like, oh yeah, you've got muscle damage. Yeah. Good job, Dr. Rex. It's like,
Well, yeah.
the dog.
I just love it. Like, yeah, my leg is really hurting. It's really bad. And the dog goes and bites you in the back, and you're like, no, it was my leg. And then you find out that the reason that the leg was having trouble was it was a tumor on your spinal column that was affecting a nerve in your leg. And it's just like, oh, this dog doctor is so good. Just so good.
And there's some uptight guy who runs the hospital. He's like, I'm not going to let a dog perform surgery on someone. And they do. And they're just in the surgical room with like everything placed out and everything sterile. And like the dog's washing his mouth out in a little spout like they always do. And then puts like a little glove on to cover his teeth. And he just goes and like tears into the person. Yeah. That's great. I thought you were going to say the dog bites you in the back and then says, but you're not thinking about your leg anymore, are you?
I thought it was going to be the dog was biting her in the back, only to reveal inside that there was a little mouse in there, like pulling levers.
We got to call Dr. Cat for that. You got a mouse problem. Dog's Dr. not going to do anything about that.
Yeah, you got Dr. Cat.
Cat's a professional therapist.
Yeah, I don't even remember the question.
The cat. Can the cat tell you got
the cat? No, I'm shooting tea. Yeah, probably. Your
the
cat's
question
like
was
fucking there to give you a high five. Yeah, it's like, fuck yeah, dude.
The question is, my neighbor's dog wants to perform surgery on me. Should I allow him? You're like, yes.
Yes, the answer is yes.
Yes, you should.
Always, yes, absolutely. Dogs are great surgeons. That's what they think that people don't really know.
Comment in the chat.
Yes.
Comment in the chat. Dr. House? No, Dr. Doghouse.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Good job. Good job, Jane Doe. Sorry, Lilith, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, just to like put a button on this, like, yeah, I think, your pets probably, like we talked earlier about smells and things like that your pets can probably tell. Like your cat has 1 billion neuroreceptors in their nose or something, they can smell a can of cat food a mile away. So if you start putting out those estrogen stanks, your cat probably knows, or your testosterone stanks.
Yeah,
that's
T.
Case.
That's the T.
Yeah, you probably don't need to have a cat nose to catch them testosterone stanks, but
well, I mean,
they know.
Your cat also knows that you're not applying yourself in the way that you should, and that you're being lazy and not taking care of yourself. So
Cat
cats know
cares.
everything.
The cat wants you to be your best self. It just goes to show that all the bigots are wrong about everything because the cats know and the dogs know. And so, like,
The cat's just like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
yeah, you're
Just
so
looks
what
at
to
you
do.
like, what is your
What
deal?
time?
What is your deal?
What time you shot that tea in your leg? Good job. I'm gonna purr on that
My
spot.
cat food dish is empty, so I don't care what you're doing with you. If you could just put some cat food in that dish, that'd be real good.
Ah, I miss Freya. All right. I would say that's our 2 questions, and then we'll go to the rapid fire, or do we want to fire up another one?
Rapid fire go to questions. I basically put into Google, how do trans women, and then we just see what everyone's asking. First one, how do trans women grow breasts?
Very slowly.
I like the idea. I like the idea that it's up to us. Like we're farmers. It's like, well, you plant the boob seeds and then you water and get sunshine on it, and then at the end of the summer you have boobs.
You know, the thing is you can make fun of that, but I actually did a lot.
Oh yeah, we're gonna
to facilitate my boobs. Yeah, you are going to hear it because this is the question.
We're going to hear your
consult a doctor before doing any of the following. Like, please do not.
And I have a fucking set of juicy melons. And
take it away.
So yeah, so like I did things to help. And the things that I did was I took supplements, and I took fenugreek and licorice root and maca root, and those things helped. And I also used this magic titty cream that I've talked about a million times, and I've recommended a million times, and it works for me. Well, not everyone has different results, but like, you know, I also just got lucky in a lot of ways. I don't know. I could have been that. It could have been any number of factors, but yeah, I don't think anyone gets to choose how their boobs grow. They just kind of do. But the hormones do work. You will get boobs. Like, that will happen. That is like definitely the case. You will
but
get
like everything else,
titties.
Everyone's results will vary.
Right, exactly.
It's gonna do that. Second question, how much estrogen do trans women take?
This is always a tough one in trans communities. They always say not to talk about that because, again, everybody is different. Everybody's bodies are different. We don't want to encourage anybody to do their own prescribing of medication. You know, you can get stuff in gray and grayer markets. But yes, please consult a doctor before anything. I think that the typical tablet is 2 milligram, and you know, girls usually take 2 to 3 a day. I don't know. I haven't done injections in a long time, so I don't know. But then there's also gels. There's lots of different ways to get your estrogen. There's different things involved in that. So
just drink a lot of soy milk.
Also, I mean, first of all, I'm just reading the list, and you're 100% right. Like, you should do that. But also, like the people who are putting this would be like, how much Viagra does an old man take?
That's a good question.
Like,
how much Viagra does an old man take? I want to know.
What percentage of
better?
What percentage
of old men in the chat?
What percentage of Viagra's sales are attributed to Republicans?
How much Viagra does an old man take? That's the start of a Beastie Boys song.
I was trying to follow that up, but I couldn't think of anything that reminded with take that was
probably boner and make, but that's phrasing it differently.
That is like how you would have to do it, but then you're getting into Chili Peppers territory with twisting words around in the wrong order.
Yeah, definitely.
Trying to fit things that don't fit.
This is one of these questions that just makes me wonder about the world. And it's basically like, how do trans women pee?
That's a question.
That's a question. This person was at home. It's just like, how do trans people pee? It's just like this.
I mean,
like every other girl out of our butts.
Yeah, through the third hole.
I just stop like contracting that muscle. I just let it flow right onto me.
Yeah.
No matter where I am. No matter where I am, if I gotta go, it just goes. That's why I wear skirts and no underwear.
So one of this is going to be sharing way too much information. I don't know why I'm even going here, but this is how I do. Have y'all noticed difficulty like holding it, like not having as much control because of the estrogen affecting your muscles in your entire body, including like the internal sphincter muscles that do stuff like that?
Oh, girl, I
had to get
pee
used to
at
that.
least 3 times a night. Yeah.
I had to get used to it. There was a time where like as I'm running to the bathroom, I'd always be like a half a second too late before like something dribbled on my shorts or whatever. So it's just like, yeah, I definitely had to adjust, be like, can't hold it as much as long as you thought you did.
Yeah, yeah, and it's tough because you still want to be like, oh, now I've got time. Oh, nope, I don't have time. Shit.
I haven't had that problem. Like, I can still hold it. It's just like the frequency at which I have to pee is a lot more.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's a lot more. And like I said, like I've had days where like I felt like all I was doing was peeing, and like I had one of those days, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna tally how many times I peed today." And like I did it, and I tallied 14 pees in one day, and that was like a lot. That's a lot. That's more than one an hour.
That's
Like,
that's 2 P's per Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, that doesn't answer the question how to, which is we just do.
oh, I just lift my leg and like pee like a dog. Like,
the answer to this next question is you get your license to ill, and that is how do trans women get bottom surgery?
Yeah.
It starts with your license to ill.
You leave the country and go to a better country where you can get it when you don't need to like.
I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna go to Thailand.
Prove that you're not a crazy person.
Yeah, right. You get letters from 8 doctors and 7 psychiatrists, and then you can have your thing. This person, it's similar to the first question.
Can I just say one thing real fast?
Yeah.
I just love that as a cis woman, you can go and walk into a clinic and get a boob job today, but like a trans person like has to have 3, psychiatrist, like not just like doctor's notes or like therapist notes. It has to be, a psychiatrist with a doctorate.
Do you want to really blow your mind? You can do that as a cis 15-year-old.
Yes. Yeah.
You don't have to be a fully grown one. So this next question, the first question was how do trans women grow breasts? But this one's a little different. How do trans women get breasts? And I get breasts by just being nice to other trans girls.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like by being personal and asking the right questions.
How do trans women change their voice?
Oh, that's a difficult one.
Hard work, actually. Yeah. I think the estrogen actually does some of it. The estrogen does play a role in it. Like it did for me anyway. Like my voice was changed, but like the 3 prime things that like kind of determine gender and voice being pitch, resonance, and inflection. Of the 3, the hormones definitely affected my inflection and like the way I speak and like the way I gesture with my arms, and it makes your voice more sing-songy kind of thing and gives you that feminine tone, kind of the feminine accent like that. But like the other 2, like of the 3, people think that pitch is the most important, but it's actually the least important. Resonance and inflection are the ones that really kind of determine it, and it's mostly resonance. And for resonance, you absolutely have to practice. I don't think it comes naturally. But then again, like I've heard trans women that have been on E for a long time that are well into their transition and that haven't put a lot of work into it, and they still sound feminine. But it might just be that I'm just got my love of trans women goggles on, and I just see beauty. Like I don't know which one it is, but like I don't know. It's hard to say. Like I put work into it.
Well, have you experienced? Have either of you experienced like going back and watching old videos of yourself or like hearing things? I had a period again where I came out as a full-time cross-dresser before starting HRT, before starting any voice work. And so I have video from Hawaii where I was like wearing bikinis and doing that. And I have a video, and I don't actually remember my voice ever being that low. Like that's how like I'm really self-critical about my voice, as we all are. But when I see old videos, even that close to when I was like doing full-on transition, and I'm like, I never realized my voice was that deep. Like I thought it was too high, and I can't even imagine my voice being that deep or hitting those low notes anymore. It's kind of wild.
I want to move on to the first one, but I just want to answer your first question, and that is no, I've never watched a video of myself, and we all know that. So
It's wild. It's wild.
yeah,
She's like, I've tried to get her to watch things. And
I
she
have not
won't
tried to
watch them.
change my voice. I do not care about changing my voice. Whatever. Next two questions are connected. One, how do trans women get rid of facial hair? And two, how do trans women grow beards?
Well,
And I think that second one might be that classic transphobe who doesn't know the difference between trans men and trans women.
Yes.
that could be. I don't know. Maybe it's like the trans women that are like, I'm just trying to grow this beard and this estrogen's just slowing it down. Really
How do they get
trying
rid
to
of
get
facial
that
hair?
ZZ Top look.
There's laser hair removal, there's electrolysis. Both of those are kind of expensive. Not everyone can afford to do that, and so some people just shave every day.
So my understanding is that laser is not permanent. Like you never get permanence with laser. But then I've seen contradictory stuff on that, and
so I've seen now that when I was starting the process of bottom surgery, the doctor said that you could use laser, because it used to be, you couldn't laser where they were going to be doing the surgery because it would grow back. And they're like, no, you can. And I don't know if lasers have gotten better, hats off to all the evil scientists out there who have been doing that groundbreaking laser work for helping us out. I did some laser on my face. My problem was I didn't have enough dark hair to get rid of everything, but after 2 sessions, like the dark hair stopped growing back, and I haven't really had it since. But like I said, laser can be expensive depending on where you live. It's going to be a lot more expensive. I know when I was in Virginia, it was not as expensive as what people were paying for. In California, you're going to pay more there.
I got to look into it again. I think my healthcare covers laser, but the problem is that it's a 45-minute drive away.
They don't even take it. Like, that's the thing, is I've looked into this so much. Like, in California, where Emily and I live, healthcare does legally it has to cover it, and it does. But the problem is none of the places that do it take insurance. That's what the issue is like, there's no place that does electrolysis or laser that takes insurance. You have to pay for it. And so, like, that's whatever, that's what it is. Like, as far as, like, for me, like, I did a combination of all of them. I've done laser sessions, I did have some electrolysis, and I shave. Like, and I shave every day, and I'm meticulous about it. Like, I'm diligent. Like, I use multiple razors. Like, I have a routine. Like, and even then, like, I still, like, I've noticed, like, the laser helped, but really the only places on my face where it's actually gone are the places that I got electrolysis. And all the spaces that I got electrolysis, that hair's gone. Like, that actually did work. The laser, like, it's like it reduced it, it diminished it. And I think actually hormones play a role in that too. Like, over time, it won't make it go away, but it will reduce the severity of it, and the thickness, and the how fast it grows. Because I've noticed that just with body hair. Like, it was one of the things that took the longest. It was one of the things that took the longest to manifest, was the reduction of body hair. But it did happen, and it took a couple of years. Like you get breasts in, like, the first few months, and then a bunch of stuff all happens in that first year, and it's wild and crazy and awesome. And then,
right.
Go on, Emily.
I was going to say that I totally noticed that. Look, I was very blessed in a couple ways. I have no chest hair. I only ever had one back hair, oddly, randomly. But I was
like 8 feet long, though, just curled around her body.
No, it would just be like every few years
Like
I'd
a
find it again on
beehive.
my shoulder blade. It'd be like an inch and a half long, and I'd yank it out, and then a couple of years later it'd be back up to that. And it wasn't until it got to that point where I would discover it again. I'd be like, oh, and then I'd yank it. But it was just that one on the one shoulder blade. I also had this really funny thing where I had hairy legs that went down to right above my ankle, and then in a perfect line around my ankle, the hair stopped. I didn't have any down onto my feet. It's just like a sock line, just naturally. It's very odd. But
Like a cartoon gorilla.
yeah, but the fun thing from the estrogen has been that yes, that like the hair on my legs grows significantly less,
Way
the hair on my
less.
arms significantly less, and the facial hair as fast, as thick, and as long, as quick growing as it's ever been my entire life. That does not slow down or stop at all, and it's just like, but the whole rest of it has done great things. Like, what the hell is going on here? Ah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Like that's the thing is it's hard to say. Like it's hard to judge because I've had all of them, and I know the laser affected it. Like, and maybe hormones didn't do the face thing, but like the body hair thing's incredible. Like, because I
Yeah,
used to
that's
have a
great.
hairy chest, like, and I don't, and it just stopped. I shaved it at first, and then it just stopped. I haven't had to shave my chest in like 5 years.
That's
Like,
very encouraging for trans women. That's
yeah,
great.
it will go away. Like it will, it will leave. And then yeah, like I mean, and there's some really hairy people, and I can't speak to it, but it will diminish at the very least. Like I still have like, you can kind of see. You can see I still have hair there because I don't shave or do anything with my arms. So I still have like dark arm hair, but
Mm,
like it was like black. Like you could
mm.
see it. Like it was very
Yeah.
dark and
I don't
very
shave mine
apparent.
either, and you can just
Yeah.
see all the hair that is sprouting that side too. It's filthy.
That's beautiful though.
Um,
Yeah, most people shave
have
their
you
hair.
ever shaved your hair on your arm, Amanda?
I did. In
Okay.
fact, I did something even worse. I was so hyper conscious and so self conscious about it that I used like depilatories, and it fucked up my skin because I did them wrong. So I strongly recommend never to use depilatories ever,
Mm.
like unless you're like under the hyper supervision of a doctor or something. Because I think for some people depilatories are fine, and then for other people depilatories just fuck up your skin, and they fucked up my skin.
I
Mm.
I went to a local farm and would have sheep graze the hair off my legs, and
Yeah.
very efficient clearing that up.
From Yeah, from my experience, I think that's a less common treatment that trans women do, but yeah,
Touch
still
and go,
viable.
letting them do that on your genitals, but to each their own.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's the pluses
Um,
and minuses, right? There's
yeah,
benefits, there's downsides. Just be careful.
Super
yeah,
weird.
and I think we've reached the end. I think we kind of lost the rapid fireness of things there. So I think that's it for our Ask Google segment. And I'll have a new question for Google next week, and we'll rapid fire those answers then.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's the show for today, I guess. So later on in an hour we'll have
Yes.
mediocre. Yeah, that is what Lilith said. I'm agreeing. Later on, we're gonna have mediocre poker in an hour. We've got a new guest will be on the show today, and you can look forward to that. We're gonna be playing No Limit Texas Hold'em. I haven't decided if I'm gonna do Zoom
So,
or if I'm gonna do an actual ring game. So like we'll figure that out. But it's gonna be Hold'em,
okay.
and then that'll be today. Then tomorrow we're doing church. Lilith, you're gonna do church with me, aren't you? Lilith is
I'll be
doing
around.
church. Lilith is doing church at 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow. Lilith probably won't be there the whole time, but she'll be there for the beginning. We're gonna pick up where we left off, which is we just recovered the locket for the Abernathy's at the USAF Olivia. And we're going to head back to Abernathy Farm and kind of get our settlements going and doing all that stuff. And then we'll see what happens there.
Mm.
We'll see. I have been struggling with game stability. So last week we talked about Lilith. Lilith said we wanted 3 mods. We wanted a mod that lets you smoke cigarettes. We wanted a mod that gives you a lot more recipes, and we wanted a mod that lets you throw a nuke like a football. And so I got all those mods. Yes, I did.
The
And
nuclear football.
I've got them and then some. So we have a robust new look. I've improved our weather. I swapped out weather mods, so it's like more seasonal and better looking. It's just great. I'm loving it. And yeah, that's about where we're at. We're gonna do that tomorrow. Emily, are you doing shows this week coming up?
I do not have a guest for the show this week, but I did want to show off
Well, you
something.
have to have Dr. Rex MD, don't you?
Yeah.
Like, you can interview the dog.
I got to get him in here. Like, yeah, it's so popular. I will show you this. It's a very exciting chair, and background here, there is a second chair there. I am getting set up to do in-person interviews. We're going to do this legit, for real. I'm not sure if this will work or if we'll have to build in a background. That was sort of an idea that I had and something that I intended, but we'll see if just like the table dressed up kind of nicely will work as a background. But I am going to start bringing guests in and doing live interviews here. And for that, I have a ton of people that I know. So we won't be missing as many shows as I struggle to get my crap together and line up guests for the show. That will start picking up again, and that will be very important for that show. But otherwise, I'm doing Creative Block on Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Pacific, so that one will always go. Don't know what I'm gonna be doing this week. I just realized that I will not be able to move towards drawing on computer with a tablet because it's in Australia and I'm not gonna be able to get that back. So I got to buy another one at some point, which is a bummer. And we'll just be doing pen or pencil drawings. And check out our merch store at thetransverse.etsy.com. That's a great way to support us and get yourself something cool. Or you can subscribe to our Patreon. That helps too. Patreon.com/thetransverse.
Always, we're taking all the donations. And speaking of, thank you, Charlotte, for the $3 Australian. See, Charlotte says goodbye with a cute little kitty or a fox or whatever that wonderful creature might be. We love that. Charlotte, we love you. Thank you so much for the actual $3 is what I'm going to call that.
Actual $3. That's what the A is for.
That's an actual $3. That's some crummy US garbage. Like, this is real money.
All right, we are over time.
That means that stands for something.
We're over time. Thank you all so much for coming and joining us. We love you. We will see you at one of those other great shows.
Top of the hour.
Top of the hour to you.